Hello everyone, this is Dr. Tina Mims, and I am providing you an example that you can follow along with me to learn how to calculate marginal cost. Marginal cost is something we use in marketing to identify what the optimum quantity level is for us to either produce or sell, okay? So we have some numbers that are given to us. Column 1 has the quantity of whatever it is. I don't care if it's cell phones, shoes, boots, it could be a service. This is the quantity we're working with. Then working with our financial group, we found out what our fixed costs are that are involved. Fixed costs are things like fixtures, it could be salaries, it could be advertising. And the first calculation we need to make, and don't think of this as math, think of this as typing. All we're going to do is follow what this says. It says the average cost per unit is taking whatever's in column 2 here and dividing it by column 1. So piece of cake. We know to get Excel to do something that it does the math on, we have to start with an equal sign, and then we can come over here and click on cell C6 and then hit the division key, and then we're going to then hit B6 and hit enter. Now we have created the formula. I'm going to highlight it. See what Excel does? I love Excel for this reason. The blue right here used in my formula is now highlighted to show me, oh, that blue represents $40. And the red here, B6, is highlighting the cell I'm using, which happens to be 1 in this case. Okay, so if my assignment is that I have to calculate average cost per unit for the remaining ones of these, then all I have to do is really drag this down. See that little corner there? Drag that down. And I like to double check it. Just see. Yep, looks like they took column C and divided by column B. Or column 2 and divided by column 1. Okay, there we go. Column 2 divided by column 1. But in this case, we're using the Excel letters and numbers, which is row C, column C, and row 8. Okay, so all of that looks great. Okay, we were also given by our financial group the average variable cost at different quantity levels, which means now our next job in marketing is to identify what's the average total cost. To do so, we're going to take this average variable cost and we're going to add the average cost per unit. Okay, so let's do that together. That means we're going to add the whatever's in our column 3, which happens to be D6, and we're going to add it to E6, same row, D6 and E6, and hit enter. Okay, that's great. Okay, now you know you can see the address line up here. It also tells us the formula, but when you double click, this highlights actually where the numbers are located. I use this a lot. And you hit enter. Okay? Now, let's drag and drop that so we can get the average total cost at all of these quantity levels. Okay? Now, I've already had these formulas set up, but I'm going to take you through them because to get to these marginal cost figures, we have another calculation to make, which is total cost, which is taking the average total cost we just got and multiply it times the number of units. Okay, so in this case, we're using whatever's in row 6, and we're taking this number here, the average total cost, and multiplying it times the quantity, okay, which happens to be in, our column 1, but Excel's label for it is B6. Okay, so I'm going to double check all of these just to make sure. I'm double clicking. Yep, that's correct. Yep, that's correct. And that's correct. Okay, good. So now we've got our total cost at each of these quantity levels. That gives us the ability to determine marginal cost. Remember, marginal cost is either making one more or selling one more unit. So when we go from selling 1 unit to 2 units, what's the marginal cost? Well, the marginal cost is the difference between the second unit that we sold less the cost at the first unit, which gives us a difference of $10. So when we went from selling one unit to 2 units, our marginal cost went up $10. But look what happens when we go up from selling 2 units to 3 units. Our marginal cost is only $2.01. I think I'm in a better situation when my marginal costs are its lowest. So we can tell here, after completing all of the typing to let Excel generate the math, we can tell here, looking at this column, the lowest marginal cost is between selling 2 and 3 units. So selling 3 units may be our optimal goal in marketing, okay? If we're working with the sales team, we'll say, we don't want to sell more than 3 of those things because, boy, when we start selling 4, our costs just go way up. And it's not just that we're telling total costs, we're actually determining it based on just marginal costs, the amount of selling one more, the amount of just making one more. These are very important calculations for marketers to have. That's why in this assignment you have to complete this and answer one question for all of these boxes that you provide the numbers to, okay? So hopefully this makes this assignment very easy to follow along, and I wish you good luck. Thanks for watching.